I often get data from clients with which they are hoping to do analyses, but it really doesn't have any broad categories within it. It has lots of entities and maybe some quantities, but no easy way for me to filter in it. The information simply isn't there. So in this case, I thought I'd show you a quick way, not the only way, but probably the simplest way for relatively small data sets. In this case, it's a list of animals, cats, dogs, and birds. They are the broad categories, but there are 32 different types of cats, dogs, or birds, and the populations of those. So let's copy that and put it into a new Power BI report. I'm going to use the enter data feature because the amount of data we're talking about is tiny. Paste that. It's recognized that the top column rows, rather, it's probably headers. It's asked me if I'm happy with that. And I'll say, yeah, I'm happy with that. So we're going to call that population. And we'll load that. And that should load quite quickly. What we can then do is have a quick look at what the data actually looks like. Let's put it into a simple bar chart and see how it plots. Now that it's loaded, let's plot it on a horizontal bar chart and see what it looks like. Make it nice and big. So make sure we select the chart. We're going to put animal on the axis, and the value is going to be the quantity. And here we can see the quantities, or the population, of each of the 32 different types of animals. Within these 32 types of animals, I have cats, dogs, and birds. But that information wasn't provided by the client, if we were considering this to be a client task, and it's up to us, sometimes with the client's help, to work out what these categories are. So what I would do is go to the data itself, and we'll copy it over to Excel. That's where it came from. So what we'll do is we'll grab another sheet and we'll paste it in. Now in this case, we don't need the quantity column anymore. What we do, however, need to do is grab the entity, and we need to remove any duplicates. I don't actually have any duplicates. I wasn't expecting to see any, but it's an important step because this will be the one side of a one-to-many relationship. So any duplicates that have found their way in there must be removed. So now I'm left with all of the animals and space to add a new column, which I'm going to call group. I've left these in the order that I created them, so I can tell that the first few are birds. So we'll just drag that down to the end of the birds. Then I'm into dogs. So we'll apply the dog label in this column to these guys. And then the last few are cats. So we extend that down. So now this can go back to Power BI and be added as a new table. Let's copy that. So now I'm going to enter data again. It's recognized that these are probably headers, and I'm happy with that being assigned. So why don't we call this one group? Now it's going to load it. It's going to look at the potential relationships between this new table and the existing population table, and it should probably find one. This is a very distinct and easy relationship that's obvious to Power BI. And it will bring that into existence for us. And here it is. The group table is now linked to the population table via the animal columns, and this is a one-to-one relationship, but the group table must always be a one. The population could be many, it usually is many, but the group table in this case must be the one side of a one-to-many or one-to-one relationship. So now if we go back, I have another table appearing here called group. And what I can do on the legend column is I can add group to the legend. And now we'll see a distinct change. Now the cats, dogs, and birds have got their own color. Dogs are orange, the cats are the dark blue, and the birds are light blue. We have a categorization. So what I could do, for example, on this is I could filter birds. I only want to see the birds, or the birds and the cats, or the cats and the dogs. I've got that. The other thing that we can do is add a donut. Everyone loves a donut on their chart. So in this case, what I think I'll do to make this interesting is I'll put group in the legend, and I'll put animal under it as a separate tier, and then we'll put the quantity in the values. So what I have here, and I don't really like those data labels, I don't think that tells me enough. So we'll put in some detail labels here. Why don't we put in the category and the data value? So there we go, cat, bird and dog, and their respective populations by summing all of these columns. And I can click on dog, for example, and it will filter the bar charts, or bird, and there you have it. So that information is now a lot more useful than it was. And this is a common practice when I get data that's not sufficiently detailed to meet the client's requirements. There you go. I hope that helps you.